And we are in the last minute before we're actually gonna start. So, did some sound checking this time, so should have no issues this time with the audio. So, yeah, let's get ready. It's just a few more seconds and then we will start rolling. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have maybe some issues with audio from the neighbors. Well, it is what it is. That's what they're there for. They have to build their house. It's okay, but it might be a bit annoying. So try to bear with me. They don't do it on purpose. They don't know that I'm streaming, so they're nice people. And here we go. We're live, and this time with another camera. I try to use my phone as a camera, so let me know in the chat if you find that this camera is better. You should be able to see my face a lot better than you do with the other camera, because this time that's the camera, that's the screen I'm looking at. So not that screen, which normally has my camera, but here should be better. So let's get to it. And I would almost say where were we, but that is very clear. We were at building the windows, and we've done a few of them. And I will today also put some time and effort into getting some of the tips that I got from Adam C. Younes, which is an amazing pixel artist. If you don't see him yet, I would really recommend to follow him. He's usually on in my time in the morning. So for Americans, probably that will be middle of the night, I guess. But he streams pretty long, so usually it's like 4, 5, sometimes even 6 hours that he streams in a row. So you have a pretty good, decent chance to catch him. So Adam C. Younes, and Younes is with a Greek Y. So give him a follow. He gave me some advice on this drawing because he looked at what I have so far. Basically said to try and at least make it not look super flat, which also was not my intention. So I will be spending time on doing that as well. Maybe not in this stream, but it will definitely be something I'm doing. So yeah, and yep. So let's see if there's anybody watching so far. I don't think so, but I don't know. But if you are, please let me know. I always like to have some idea of who's there. And oh, I see that my camera might be just a little bit too big, so let me fix that for you guys. Otherwise, you cannot see that my newest follower is Nonachilla Breda. So, and Nonachill Breda, thank you for following me. If you are here watching or come watching later, thank you very much. I can use all the followers I can get, and of course also all the views that I can get, because that can make me affiliate. So which opens up a new door of opportunities. And yeah, that is what everybody wants, right? Opportunities. And thanks also to the Captain Coder who gave me some tips on what to do before stream. So before this stream, I had a little bit of a sound check, so to know that this time I should be pretty audible and should have little or no cutoffs. If I do have any cutoffs, please let me know. Um, there's no bad thing in telling me that. So without further ado, let's get into doing some Windows. And before you make a joke about that, no, I do not mean Microsoft Windows. Although I'm on Microsoft Windows doesn't mean that I'm an advocate for Windows or anything. So I like Windows, it's my daily job. So without Windows, I would not have much of a job, I guess. But that doesn't mean that I have to promote Microsoft. There's plenty of promotion without me. Let's make that a double line as well, like always. Especially window frame should be, for me, double lines. Just like door frame. Makes more sense to me. And, yep. I'm feeling pretty happy today. Let's hope that we're gonna I don't know if you guys can hear it, but just a little bit ago, I heard my daughter giggling. She's next to my wife in our bed. She didn't want to sleep. I don't know why. She has that sometimes nowadays. Tough for us. We have to deal with it. We really don't know sometimes how to handle that. It's her bedtime. She should be sleeping, but yeah, that's kids for you. They don't always do what you tell them to do. So yeah, there's that. But we love them very, very much. I'm gonna put my microphone a little below me because I noticed that I'm blowing into the microphone a bit too much. Don't want to do that. I hope you don't have any problems with that. You don't hear it. So then at least you will be hopefully happy. Would be nice if you guys keep hearing me all the time in the microphone. That is everything but nice. So let's get the door color here. Put some shadow in it. The light is coming from the right, so it should be there. Because basically, when light shines from the right side, that basically means that everything coming from this will cast a shadow inside, and it will create a highlight more on this side. So will still be like a shadow, but lighter shadow. So okay, so that is the first part. And we'll be continuing with the lighter color that goes on this side. Somebody one day needs to tell me the trick of using the scroll wheel and scrolling in without losing my position, because sometimes that's really annoying. Let me also open up the reference photo in the same time, because that can be quite interesting to see. That is not there. Sometimes you have to just log in a little bit for the details. Well, actually, these windows are bigger than on the drawing that they have. There's 3 windows there instead of 2. Hmm. Okay. So on the photo they're different. It's funny. You would expect that they know how to do their own Rijksmuseum, right? But somehow in the drawing that's different from what it ended up to be. I guess then, yeah, I wonder, should I do the same as it is in the photo, or should I do it the same as it is on the drawing? What do you guys think? Should I do the 2 windows like this, or should I go for like this, or 3 in a row? That makes them more or less the same width as these, I guess. I guess I can do that, right? No issue in doing that. I guess I can follow a photo. It's not so hard. Okay, let me just move this a little bit that way, because that is basically what it should be. just basically means I can make this wider. I don't know exactly how wide, but I will figure that out in a moment. Because I can easily count the pixels. That's not so hard. So it should be that. Hey, Letterborn. Hi. So nice for you to join us. I have been working a little bit on the professionality of my stream. I hope you like that new layout. I've been working a little bit on that, and I'm using OBS. So hopefully this looks a little better, and it's something to get used to for me. I'm not so used to it yet, so I'm trying to get to grips with it. I hope I'm doing good. Last time I had a lot of technical difficulties using this. The sound was not working as it should, but that issue should be gone now, and you should be able to hear me pretty well. And I have an additional camera because now I'm using my phone, which is right above my monitor, so you guys can actually look me in the face while I'm doing this. Scary as hell, but okay, you guys can see me. Okay, make a mistake. Well, then fix it like that. So, Letterborn, so good of you to join. It's really nice. I really enjoy having you in my streams. You're always very nice and talkative, and I really like that. So, thank you. I know you're usually busy on Wednesday, right? Because last time you said you couldn't because you always have something to do on Wednesday. So, thank you for basically clearing up your schedule to be here. You don't see a camera? Oh my god. Did I turn it off? Wait. Oh my god. I have to fix that then. I had a camera. I don't see it now myself either. I just noticed. You're right. That's not so nice, but I can do it again. I think. Last time you were streaming yourself. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. If you're streaming yourself, you don't have time to stream with to follow somebody else, right? I can imagine that. I have to start again. That is silly. Now I do not see my camera. Oh my goodness. Now I do have technical difficulties. I tested this before and it worked perfectly fine. Why do I not see you? I hate this. Okay. I guess back to the old camera then, because that I know should work. So there you go. Following a stream while streaming. Well, that is like streamception. Streamception for sure, because I don't think I could do that. It's so weird. I had the camera working. Have to check that out. Now you can see me again, right? Now I'm here again. I should be there. I had myself there and it worked. Damn it. Yeah, it is connected and I tried it and before I tried it also and it worked perfectly fine and now I tried to stream and then it's not there. I don't know why it's not there. It was there, but I was moving it. That's all I did. I made it smaller so that this follower bar with Nona Chilla Breda, who's now my most recent follower, could be shown. And since then, it apparently doesn't want to work. That is not cool. Because I tried that before. And there you go. There you go. It's back. Okay. Don't look at the mess. Don't look at the mess. It's not there. You haven't seen this. Better camera. There you go. There it is. So now I can turn off the other camera and not to have double camera because I don't want to have two cameras. That's too much. I don't know what I did, but for some reason I turned it off and now it's back on. So now you can see also that I have the sword here behind me and a frame of Lord of the Rings, and yeah, you cannot see that very well, but that's a frame of the Matrix. I think the second part with the two ghosts in it. I have signed autographs of both of them as I interviewed them many years ago, and then I got this signed. So super cool. Anyway, but that was not what I was doing. What I was doing is creating windows here. So let me continue that right now. And I think, I'm not sure about it, but the shadow here should go 1 pixel below, so it just doesn't feel like very static. I don't know if you've ever seen the streams of Adam C. Eunice, but I really follow that guy. He is insanely good, super talented pixel artist, and he gave me a tip today. He Matrix is yes, the Matrix, the movie The Matrix. I'm sure you've seen it. Well, well, I of course I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I guess you've seen it. Most people have seen The Matrix, so um, probably you have seen it too. But there's of course 3 parts of it, and before I used to do a lot of interviews with actors and also with directors. I've interviewed Darth Vader, the guy who's actually never shown because he's in the suit, but not when the suit gets taken off. His voice was not used because it was too British, stuff like that. So the poor guy never got famous because of it. He, yeah, his name is Dave Prowse. You might know him. I interviewed Chewbacca. I interviewed Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger. So a lot of these people, but also these 2 guys from The Matrix. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of those things. So yeah, I hang them up to display. And this is my attic, my workspace is where I work normally during the day. And now I just create my pixel art here. So the Matrix makes me a little too big. I'm already overwhelmed starting from a 4x4. Yeah, true. I get that. And this pixel art matrix basically that I'm creating is also a little overwhelming because this damn thing is getting out of grips. It's getting too big. I checked. You can check it also if you want. My canvas size. Don't get scared. 1792 by 1024, which is insane for pixel art. Sorry, I'm gonna have to turn off my microphone for a second. I need to cough. There we go. Should be better. I hope you didn't hear that cough. I always have to play around a lot with that microphone because it goes too close to my face and then it goes too far. It's really hard to do it properly. I think I'm gonna have to play around with the width of this thing a little bit to make it look good. So I'm gonna move this around. So I'm already liking it, but I want this to fit in this frame basically. So I'm gonna divide this a little bit and see how big it needs to be. And if you hear noise, yes, that's true. My neighbors are at it again. It's okay. They don't mean anything bad, so I'm not upset with them or anything. They need to build their house. It's okay. It's just not the nicest thing while you're trying to stream, but they don't know that I'm doing that anyway. So put 3 pixels extra there, so should have also 3 pixels here. I hope I have enough pixels there. I don't, but yeah, that's if I do 1 more pixel, then I do. So there we go. Yeah, those those naughty dogs, they don't understand that you should be quiet during a stream, right? So so bad. I mean, you should know that as a dog. My owner is streaming, I should shut up, but they don't. Same with kids, they don't understand that you should stream, so they don't want to sleep. Of course, they don't want to sleep when you stream. They want to sleep fine if you don't do anything that evening. If you have nothing planned, they will sleep like a brick. Although I must say, yesterday I was thinking about streaming, and even thinking about streaming made my daughter not want to sleep. I had to fight her until over 8:30, which is for her age pretty late. And you know, the hardest part is that as a parent, you're not supposed to get upset, but you do. At least I do. I don't want to do. I love her very much, and I really don't want to get upset with her, but she is a master of finding excuses not to sleep. Papa, I am too hot. Papa, my tummy hurts. Papa, I need to pee. Papa, I need to drink something. All those kind of things, and she just keeps going. She doesn't stop. But that's fine. It's a little girl. She's 4, so she has an excuse. I, as a dad, I don't. I cannot get upset with her. That's not allowed. And it's okay. I shouldn't. Maybe dogs are only barking, but because they are streaming with a high-tech dog streaming software and they are talking to their viewers. Now that would be cool. So maybe they even oh, that would be something. They're streaming, and we don't even realize that. We don't realize that they're streaming because they do it without a computer screen. Go figure. I would never be able to guess that. Anyway, I'm just rambling right now. It looks like it's just you and me so far, Letterborn. I don't think anyone else is coming in yet. But maybe I'm wrong and they just don't talk. Some people just like to be quiet, right? And that's all good. This is a happy stream. We're trying to be happy for everyone. That's why dogs lose their mind when they see other dogs because they recognize them from online. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. That it would. I mean, you solved my mystery. Now I understand why dogs sometimes behave like absolute idiots when they see other dogs and they want to sniff tails and everything like that. It's because, of course, they know each other already. Yes, you solved the enigma. Thank you. I think you just yeah, you figured out the riddle. That's how it is. That's why that is like that. It is very interesting. I need to check the photo a little bit because this drawing is so different than the photo that I see. Well, I'm gonna just give it my own interpretation. Maybe in some cases one of the dogs was a troll in the comment section. Yeah, you never know. And then they fight each other because they were trolling before. Would make total sense. At least it would make dogs not such a dick. They're just being, they're, yeah, guarding their territory. This needs also some shadow. Sorry, my voice is acting up a little. And my chair is making an insane amount of noise in my own eyes, but yeah. Hmm. basically on the inside of the windows. Hey, Max. Enjoy your lunch, man, and good to see you in the stream. I'm very happy that you're here. I always like to have people here, so if you know somebody who wants to join, please point them here. Now it's really sounding like I'm begging for viewers. Well, I kind of am. I kind of am. I mean, there's nothing better than to talk to other people while they're in the stream, so it makes a lot of sense for me to want them there. So, nope, that was not what I wanted. That was though, so now I'm good. That seems pretty okay. But somehow it sometimes seems that it's not the same width. When the opportunity arises, I'll try to rate you. Thank you. That would be awesome. If anyone ever rates me, I think I'll go nuts. I've never been rated in my life. I have no clue how that goes, but I know how to rate other people now. I've just learned how to do that, so I'm happy with that. That's one thing that I've learned. So you got to keep learning in this stuff. It's there's a lot of stuff to learn. There's almost too much to learn, really. I need a clearer picture of the Rijksmuseum because I'm sure there are better pictures. There's always better pictures. Why is everything so pixelated? That's funny, I'm making pixel art. That's why it's pixelated. But that's not what I'm looking for. I need details. I cannot see the details when the things are pixelated. Yeah, it's not so hard. It's just typing /rate in the name of the channel. That's what I figured out the other day. And if you do that, then you will rate somebody. At least if they're online. So you just have to do one little check if the people are online. If not, then of course you cannot rate anyone who's not there. But when they're there, you can rate them. So still cannot really find the details that I want. This is a nice picture, but it doesn't really give me an overview. I need a bigger picture. Really, it's insane. If you're, oh, you have a button on your mobile dashboard. That's cool. I don't use anything on the mobile phone while I'm streaming, so that I do not have. But I just check on the website if somebody's there or not. Didn't know they installed solar panels recently. I'm not gonna draw any solar panels on it. Solar panels are not charming on that building. You should not have them in the image. How big is this image? Not big enough to see. I almost am tempted to drive now to the Rijksmuseum to see the details because I want to see what is. This is the other side. That's not what I want because this doesn't show what I need. Oh my god. I'll just figure it out myself or create something that I want myself. I think I want to have like another arch in here, um, like a curve, and then cut out the rest so that it has something in it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it for now. Doesn't have to have that, so. I also just recently found out how to do those latest followers here that I find very nice. And yeah, of course, it's a little premature because I don't have any subscribers yet. I cannot have any subscribers until I'm an affiliate. But I wanted to also be able to show the latest subscriber, latest donation if somebody wants to ever donate. Still have to figure out how to even make donations possible, so very premature. But in the end, I will figure it out, like everything. I'm like, what's her name again? Pippi Longstockings. I've never done it before, so I think I can do it. There's not much that you can't really. If you really try, then basically you can do everything you want. That needs another pixel, so and that also actually makes more sense that way. And since the light is coming from that side, I will need to put a shadow there as well. Makes it a little bit more three-dimensional, and yeah, like I was saying before, LMC Eunice gave me some pretty good advice. Yeah, it's something she says. She always says things like, "I've never done this before, so I think I can do it," and that's something that always stuck with me. I think that's the cutest thing to say, and yeah, actually, a good mindset also, because yeah, why wouldn't you be able to do it just because you never did it before? That doesn't mean anything. I mean, there's a ton of things I've never done before, but in the end, I'll have to try it one day, and then I will figure out if I can do it, yes or no. So I'm struggling a little bit with the 3D-ishness of this because to create depth, you could do a few things, of course. I could make like a depth here so that this is basically going a little deeper. You have a little part of the roof that is actually on top of this window that's visible and a little less on this one, etc., depending on where, of course, I want the viewpoint to be. Well, normally I would want the viewpoint to be here, so that would mean it would show more on this side than it would show on this one, on this one, and this one, and this one. So the depth would mean that, for example, and I will try to draw that really fast, just without even making any sense, maybe for you, but it would mean something like you make a line here to show basically depth of the roof, and then here in this one it becomes more like this and that. If that makes any sense at all. It's the way your mindset. You always think you can do anything and get disappointed. Why would you get disappointed? I think you can do anything you want. I mean, I've seen you make a lot of things in Blender, and you do pretty well. I would say. Maybe you're not the greatest of all Blender artists, but yeah, why would you have to be? We're all doing what we can. It's good that you get it, but I'm still wondering if I should. I'm kind of trying to use you as a rubber ducky here, Letterborn, because I'm not sure. It could work that way, and if that works that way, then I would get it. But what I'm struggling with is if in the game I'm starting to move, and I would move from the middle away, would that mean I also have to change the entire image? That doesn't compute in my head. Yeah, yeah. I would have to do it basically everywhere. And I think I'm also going to get a little bit more depth because here this wall, of course, will not stay straight. It will stick out a little bit like this point, but this is the back tower. And because that tower is more in the deep, you also get more sense of depth. If I can make that look like it's further away by casting a shadow on it or whatever, maybe this part will be darker so it doesn't show so bright. That might do it. Yeah, that is going to be something to try out. Well, it was a lot of good tips from Adam that I am definitely going to have a look at. For now, I'm just basically going to at least try to get the building in its essence done. And when I have done that, then I can try to play around with it a little bit to see what does well and what does not, to hopefully get a better understanding out of it. So yeah, um, let me see what I can do. I will probably start copying those windows soon. The inside is brighter this time, so might have to change that color. Okay, so what color should that be according to the drawing? The same as the thing below it. Okay. I'm having some trouble with my vocal cords again, but you probably noticed that. For some reason, I need to cough more than usual again. I don't like it because it means that I'm not doing good again for some messed up reason. No, I'm in the wrong layer. There we go. And it needs some more of this color in it, but I'm not sure yet how I will do that one. Should be in the way. I'm gonna draw. Where's that? Looks like that's in the middle. Just have to fix the rest because I didn't do it in a separate layer, silly me. But yeah. Well, that wasn't so hard to fix, right? It's not so bad. So, hmm. Hey, the Captain Coder. You can barely hear me again. Is this better, maybe? Yeah, I was not talking just before, so I didn't hear anyone not being able to talk to hear me talk. Welcome in. I'm very nice that you could join. You could join me. I know you're a very busy man, so every time you're coming, I'm always ready. Okay. So, Letterborn, you have the same problem? You barely can hear me, or is it better for you? Yeah, thank you to Captain Carter. That's very nice of you. I've been trying to do. I did a recording before, just like you suggested to me. I'm a kind student. I actually listen to people that tell me something like that. So when you told me that before, I found that a very good suggestion. So I really took to it, and yeah, I made a recording before I started to stream. I thought it helped, but if you still cannot hear me, then it might not have helped enough. That is a big shame. Hey, that's nice to have you also here. Unexpected game depth. The mic is clipping again. That might be the quality that my bit stream is falling off. That could be. For now, it seems to be nicely steady at 4100 kilobytes per second. I have it set to 4000, so that should give a good sound. But sometimes my connection seems to kind of drop a little bit, and then it goes down. Yeah, I need better equipment, that's for sure. I'm just using this microphone. I also have the same problem when I do this for work with team meetings. Sometimes my audio sounds like I'm talking through a can. The other time it's just I'm not even audible and just changes the type. There's there's a switch on this thing. It has two settings. It's either game or chat. Sometimes it's in chat, sometimes it's game. Um, it's very windy. Yeah, that could be me breathing, but I hope that's not it because I don't know where to put my microphone if not here. Um, I could put it completely on my head, but I find that a little bit silly because I'm not listening to anything right now. So that would basically mean I'm having my headset on, but for no damn reason. So I don't know what to do with that so far. Um, Part of me thinks I should not do this. That is too much. Um, but erasing it is also not what I want. So I want this color, and then I will just do because the light will come from a certain point, and it will probably not touch everything. So maybe just nah. Yeah. What should I do it as? You do that actually? It's the breathing. Well, maybe I'll just try it. Just give me a second. So, is this better? No, then you cannot hear me, so this should be better. Is this better? I'm just looking at the feedback of the microphone. It should be better. Good. I'm glad it's better. That's what we want. So yeah, thank you for that feedback. That's really very helpful. So thank you for that. Okay, I will do it from this way from now on. The only thing is that if my son wakes up, I cannot probably hear him. But yeah, well, my wife is also there. She might be able to hear him because I have a camera for if he might wake up for whatever reason, lying about 2 meters away that way. You guys cannot see it, fortunately, uh, but if that's so much better, then I will not have it on my shoulders next time. So, and yeah, then I can continue basically. So, um, I'm creating these top windows here, and the drawing is very much different than what I saw on the photo. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. I will do that maybe with this one. So Yeah, because then at least I can hear something. As long as that doesn't change the audio for you guys, because it also pushes the microphone a little bit. So not sure which one is better. I think I think it works better this way, so I will keep it like this. So yeah, this arch is bothering me a little bit in here. I'm not sure if I like it because the shadowing is hard. Um, I mean, as you can see from this light, the light source would come from here, so it casts a shadow on this side. It would cast a shadow on this side and a highlight on this side. Basically, this inside also will probably get a highlight and this get a shadow again. So I'm not 100% sure with the arch how to draw the shadow in a good way, but that's why I'm still learning. So I don't feel bad about it. It's just the way it is. We cannot all be pro pixel artists the first day we try this, right? So this is the dithering and what they call it. That is something that I still don't 100% understand. Um, I used to be pretty good at pencil drawings and try to use that concept when I'm drawing this, but there's definitely a difference. Yeah, this is one, it's more comfortable, and two, I feel like the microphone is in a better position, so you should have a better audio experience. And I think that's also important. You guys need to be comfortable listening to me as well. It's not just me who has to be comfortable. Um, I mean, yeah, it's one of the things about my stream. At the first place, I've been told that I have a very soothing and calming voice, and that's one of the things I'm going for. That's what I'm going to try and milk. You have to do something if you're not attractive like some people. I'm not in it to be attractive. That's my wife's part. She's very good at being attractive. Very attractive. And it's so funny. For those of you who do not know Payaso Max, he's also in my stream. Uh, he's lurking. I think he's in the park. um, but my wife's name is the same as his name. His wife's name is just spelled different, and his name is Max, and I'm also Max. I mean, I found that hilarious. I just recently found his stream. Um, Basically, we call each other twins now, and it's too funny. Yeah, that's true, Captain Coder. It's not good if you have to turn me all the way up. Um, Turning me on or up is never a good idea, Captain Coder. Let's keep this decent. I'm a decent guy. I love my wife. Okay, so I think that looks already pretty okay. Um, the details in those windows can still come, and the light also. I'm gonna go now do that also on the other side, and then look at some of the other windows that I'm still missing, like the ones here and the ones on the other side. These, and I think after that I will either continue on the arches, these ones, or maybe the buildings here in the background to create more sense of depth. Um, and since I have you guys watching me, I would kind of ask you guys, what do you think I should do after those windows? Should I go uh, for the towers in the background, or should I go for other little details? Because there's plenty still to do. Or just arches, or paintings, or the statues, or there's so much And yeah. The Captain Coder also did that for me. He sent me a private message last time on Discord, showing me how to do that with the gain filter, and yeah, it's amazing. Thank you, the Captain Coder. Really, you're a lifesaver. I should do it this way because the camera's there. I have to get used to this. I used to have my camera there. I just fixed that in the stream because I had it also, but then for some reason it went. But it's now here. Now I can look at you, beautiful people, from this camera as actually my phone. I think the camera actually has a very good image from my phone. So I hope you find that also, because I think it's even better than the camera I have on my laptop. Okay, that's a good suggestion, Letterborn, and you're the first to answer. So basically, I would say your first suggestion is the one that I'm gonna follow. After those windows, I'm gonna go and put those towers in the background in. We still have time, so there's a lot we can still do in this amount of time. So let me scroll to the other side. And yeah, I mean, since this is so new to me, I really I like asking people who know much more about this than me for feedback. So that's why I went. I was today looking at Adam C. Eunice's stream, and like I said before, he's a very talented pixel art artist. He was also making his own game. It's called Insignia, I think, from the top of my head. If I say it wrong, I'm sorry. And in this stream, he was doing something called a Ludum Dare, Ludum Dare 53. He just participated with a team of two other people, and he was working on the game that they created there, or showing that a little bit. It's called Chainmail, if I'm not mistaken. If you want to check that out, it's on itch.io under Up on Hill. Um, yeah, Up on Hill. That's what I. That's his account on itch.io. So it really is very clearly his style. If you've seen his Insignia game, I'm pretty sure it's called that way. You will immediately recognize that style. It's exactly the same. And I don't know about you guys, but this is bothering me. That window is too close to the wall, and the other one is further away. This one has much more gap than the other one. That bothers me. Yeah, I've put the camera phone. I took put it on top of the monitor. Yeah, it's a daring thing. I better not kick the desk too hard, or it will probably fall off. And I don't want that to happen, because then my phone will create a lot of chaos, and you guys will see something bouncing all over the screen. So let's try to sit quietly enough so that this will not fall. This is a setup that should not fall. Um, yeah, this will bother me too much. So let's put it like that, and then I think the gap is more or less the same. But now I should check, and that's the next thing to check, if this will not bother me, that the distances might be different. They probably are different anyway, but shouldn't be too much different. You have a paper thin curved monitor, so I couldn't pull it off. Well, I also have a curved monitor, but not such a big one. And yes, there is a mirroring option. I really just I don't know how that works. Call me crazy, but like for example, I think there was something here like mirroring. I don't know. I've seen people do it. I just can never find the option. And but yeah, on the other hand, I think yeah, in the end it will make it easier. But for now, it doesn't feel easier to me because I don't know how to exactly mirror it at once. So I would have to basically work from here and then do exactly the same. Eh, yeah, Adam C. Unit would do this mirrored for sure. He would work on the left side, and the right side would look exactly the same. But I cannot yet pull that off. I am still too much a beginner in that sense. And I'm a proud beginner too. I don't care that I'm a beginner. I am doing what I can, and that's good enough. As everyone, right? If you're trying, you're doing good enough. You're doing your best, and nobody can expect you to do more than your best. So, yeah, so what I need now is the windows here, and I tried to do that before, and I thought I could just copy them, but they're lower, so I can't. So we'll have to do those, and then this is also funny, right? This is also not mirrored, which is maybe logical, but here there's a piece of building sticking out, the one that's in the background, and here the roof keeps going, and then there's a piece of building sticking out. This totally messes up my OCD. I've been at work one day, and then people were saying like, "Why are you so upset?" And like, upset, upset? No, I'm not upset. I'm just a little annoyed because the lunch is totally mixed up. So the cheese is now on the left and the ham is on the right. Before it was the cheese was on the right and the ham was on the left, and now I'm totally messed up. My brain cannot compute. It's it's just I cannot handle that yet. It's still I'm walking towards my cheese and there's no cheese. There's ham there. What? So yeah, I guess I'm a little autistic, but I guess many people who work with computers are, in a sense, autistic, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think the most autistic people can do a lot of good things, and yeah, I value them a lot. It was also, by the way, today with some colleagues we were talking about some obsessive compulsive behavior, and one of them was like, "Yeah, I have to have this, and if I don't do that, then I will get very upset and annoyed." And I said, okay, you just have to watch a scene from a movie, a Swedish movie that I know. It's called Cops, Kopps, where there's a couple of things, a few cops that are trying to create their own crime because nothing happens in their neighborhood. That already is hilarious in the first place. So they're making crime because um, there's nothing happening. Then there's one guy who thinks he's like the badass cop of the world. He can do everything. So he has daydreams where he's he's shooting bad guys, even with his gun coming out of his pants. It's really hilarious to see. And another guy has an obsessive compulsive behavior where he cannot leave the car unless he horns the car with his head 3 times before he gets out. And I showed them the scene, and those colleagues of mine, they couldn't stop laughing, which is exactly how I reacted the first time I saw that movie. And on the other end, I recognize it, not exactly in those absurd kind of ways, but there's a lot of stuff in which I recognize my own behavior. I can sometimes really obsess over having to do something before I can go and do another thing. Um, Same with details. My details have to be right. My things have to be in symmetry. And yeah, if it's not, it can really bother me. Even these things here can bother me. These grid lines are not on the same place. It's a stupid thing to get bothered with, but yeah, it bothers me. And I try not to let anyone know this, but yep. So let me see. I have to check some things here. Okay, so these are correct indeed. There's also windows in the bottom still that we didn't draw yet, and that's basically, or did I? I did. I guess I decided I would not do what they have in the photo, because in the photo, basically what they show is that there's either bars in front of those bottom windows here, or that they're divided into three. I think I decided not to do that. It's too much hassle. Yeah, so I'm not gonna do that. I will later have to create another layer for those towers in the background, but I'm not there yet. I wonder if I want to do these first. I think so. I think these are more interesting. There's like a wall around them, and these walls can become very interesting in detailing. So I will just create again the outline and the wall outline here and the windows inside of them, and then fill it up. Hey, Half Moon. Yes, indeed. This is my phone actually that I'm using as a camera because I've been talking about really wanting to have another webcam because basically I don't like that my camera was there on the laptop because every time I was working on something, you guys would see the half of my face, like you would see now, right? And what I've been told by one of the people who were watching me was that they could not read my lips and they have a trouble with their hearing. And since I'm saying to everyone that I want to make my game also available for people with disabilities, that is something I should take into consideration. Now, I've been starting to use OBS, which I didn't use before. I used Twitch Studio, which is a little bit more simplistic but also easier to get into. And then when I started to use OBS, I figured out that I can actually use my phone as a camera and how to do it. So now I'm using my phone camera and I can have it on. Well, it's very, very tricky because it's just on top of my monitor and stuck against the roof because I am in an attic, as you can see. So I have a roof that goes down and also exactly behind my monitor. So I have it just planted on top of my monitor, stuck against the roof, so it cannot move too much, and it should be secure as long as I don't bump in too hard against the desk. So bear with me if it ever falls. I'm not trying to create you motion sickness or anything. It's just I don't have a proper webcam. Like I said before, I don't think I should invest in this until yeah, it's a wedge cam. I don't think I should invest in doing stuff like this until it really pays itself. I don't think that's fair to my wife and kids because basically I'm the one bringing in the money. Um, so you basically could not invest in something that goes out of their money, out of their enjoyment, out of their going to the cinema, going to a zoo or whatever. So I don't feel that's fair. This has to pay itself. Otherwise, I will not do it. As long as it doesn't fall down. Well, it's also on the charger, so I guess the charger cable will also pull it back before it falls down. So yeah, it seems pretty okay. And yeah, I've been also messing around a little bit with my layout. So the latest follower is now shown, which is Nonna Chill Breda. Um, Guessing that's a Dutch person because Breda is a city here in the Netherlands. And I noticed that um, I looked up the name because I had no clue where she might know me from, but it looks like somebody on Facebook I know is friends with her or him. I don't know. I think it's her because on the photo I saw her, um, and th- that's why they followed me. So always very nice. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, lurk as much as you want. Unexpected. Um, Always nice to have you here and just maybe chill and vibe with me on the background. It's fine. And try not to fall asleep while you read, though. So yeah, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was going to create this window. Got a little sidetracked for a moment, which is fine, guys. I really I don't mind if and some people sometimes think that they shouldn't talk because that would distract me. It doesn't, guys. It really doesn't. Guys and gals. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl here. Of course, everybody is allowed here. I keep making that mistake, by the way. It really annoys me. I'm sorry that I keep saying guys. It's so baked into my language that I don't think about it sometimes, and I should, because people could get offended, and I don't want anyone to feel offended. My stream is for everyone. It's a happy place. Oh, it's where we create happy little pixels, right? So let people be happy here. That's what we want. Happiness. Happiness and equality. I haven't done some stretches in a while. Hmm. Half Moon, you don't want me to look at you as Gandalf and be strict with you, right? You need to do your stretches. If you haven't done them after Captain Coder's stream, go do your stretches. It's okay, you can lurk in the meantime, then come back. You know a wizard is never wrong. He's always right. So listen to me, okay? I want to lead you in a few stretches. I would love to, but I really don't have the space to do that. I've been stretching though. I've done my stretches today and a lot of walking. But I really, you cannot even see me here going stretching because that would be a risk that my camera falls. I will try to incorporate that in next streams, okay? If that's a good thing for you. Happy little stretches. Yeah, well, you can also do your stretches even while you're sitting. I've been doing that a lot of times because basically, yeah, you must have the same kind of problems, but I also sit every day. That's my job, so I do my work sitting down. But that doesn't mean you cannot stretch. You can always do like this, right? You have to stretch your arms, bring them back down. Stretch your arms, bring them back down, and for me that will sometimes go like crack. But okay, it's part of life. I'm getting old, and I don't mind. But there's a lot of things you can do also with your legs. Bring them up. You cannot see that right now, but I'm bringing them up. Hold them for a bit and bring them down. But that's, I mean, yeah, neck stretch is like go like this, hold it for a bit, go to the other side, hold it for a bit. And now I'm doing my stretches anyway, Captain Coder. You got me. You got me. But I've done stretches today. I've done stretches, I've done walking. I did, let me check, 8,000 steps today. 8,000. Should go 10,000 normally, but since I've not been out too much and it was not great weather, I did not do that much. But still, 8,000 is not bad for a sitting job, right? Yeah, we need to look down almost for everything in life, especially when you're my height. I'm 196, so so yeah, I look down a lot. Anyway, this is not helping the progress, right? I don't mind though. I think it's nice. We're having fun in the chat, and that's what we're here for. At least that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to get two things out of life: fun and engagement. And if you guys are having fun and feel engaged, I've reached my goal. Yeah, you would not tell that when I'm sitting, right? That I'm almost 2 meters long. Yeah, exactly, Captain Coder. You're not here for a productive time. You're here for having a good time. Well, I might just maybe. Actually, it was funny because unexpected game dev, who's also who's lurking right now, once suggested that I should read books in the stream. And no, it's not a yoga session. I don't say that's the wrong room. I could incorporate anything that people like to see and hear as long as I like it myself. I've done some yoga in the past. I've done some Pilates, so I know how to do it. Um, but I'm not teaching material or anything. That is not something I could do. If you expect that, then there's a But even if it's a wrong room, I hope you still have fun and enjoy your stay. Please, please stay. Don't go anywhere just because of the fact that it's not a yoga room. Please don't leave me. Oh, that sounds very desperate. It's funny when you can use your own own emotes in my chat room, Captain Coder. You have awesome emotes, by the way. And I'm thinking when this becomes a affiliate channel, if that ever happens, I hope so. When that happens, I might go do something like somebody can request me to make them an emote, or even thinking about having people uh, if people would like to maybe have their person as a character in the first level. I will only say in the first level because from then on it will become Greek mythology, so I think it's not fitting. But in an Amsterdam level, hey, everybody could be there as a tourist. I could have people pass by um, and for enough incentive, I might be able to make some people there. Just give me their picture, and then I'll try to create them in pixel art. That would be cool, maybe. Maybe I don't know. Maybe nobody would be interested at all. Could also be right. Might also be overestimating my pixel art powers right now. That could be, but it could be nice. I mean, that basically gives also the people a reason to want to like what I'm doing because they might be actually in the game. Early stream days, Easter eggs. Yeah, yeah. For the people who started to follow me from the beginning, that they might have a chance to see themselves back in the game. Could be nice. I have no clue if people would be interested in doing that at all, though. That's just me rambling on after thinking of things for a while. It is the point that counts, yes. Oh, you want to be an enemy? Oh, Letterborn. Careful what you wish for. If you want to become an enemy in my game, you might become an enemy in my game. Well, I will need good reference material though. You need to send me a good picture, otherwise I cannot create you, of course. And it probably will have to be a side view picture, because yeah, everything here is in side view, so um, you will have to be two. And I'll probably base it off of the model of Gaia that I already have, of course, and then just make it taller and dress you in whatever way you're dressed in the picture. Um, if someone hits me, there will be a recording of me saying "dang it" or something like that. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, but the thing is, if you're an enemy in my game, if you're gonna be an enemy in my game, I will actually ask you also to do voice recording for me. So you will also become a voiced character in my game. Um, and I'm happy to hear that, Half Moon, that you're pretty excited about the first parts of gameplay and story. I have had several brainstorming sessions with myself, basically. And what I really want in this game is not just to have it very personal about my daughter. That's the first part, though. Has to be about my daughter. I've always, it's a 2D pixel art platformer, but it's going to be a pretty relaxed platformer. I don't want to make a precision platformer or a rogue-like or a rogue-lite even. Uh, what was the name that we had in the other stream the other day, Captain Coder? It was um, somebody thought of a very cool name for a rogue light, but I cannot remember. Rogular, that was it. Rogular, a rogular game. I don't want to make that. I want people to enjoy the story of my game, because the story is going to be important. Basically, the game will be about of course, my daughter traveling into the world of Greek mythology because of a portal that's brought up by the goddess Gaia because she needs her help. Her help she needs because the other gods are making a mess of the world. And I don't have to tell you, most likely, that those gods are a reference to our world leaders. Give me the action, you will get action plenty. Don't worry. You'll get action, but also story. So those gods are basically a reference to our world leaders who are making a mess of the world. Pollution should be something that also the world leaders are paying a lot of attention to, and I think most of them are ignoring it. Um, so what I know from Greek mythology is that Gaia, of course, is the mother of the gods. Um, she um, basically created everything that we have as gods, and the one rule that they have is that gods cannot fight themselves. So if there's anything that's going to happen between two gods fighting each other, it's going to be done by using someone else to do it. So the goddess Gaia needs help to fight the other gods. And the help she gets is my little girl. So also, I created the thought in my head that once she gets through the portal, Gaia does something to her, making her a little older. Um, okay, too much text, and this game needs a skip dialogue button. Yeah, I probably will also put stuff like that in for people who really don't like dialogues. But um, I've also talked to a blind game journalist about this, and that's how I came up with the idea of making this game available for people with disabilities. I saw him basically on Twitter. He passed by, and this is what a game dev looks like. Uh, he is that for me was amazing. I never thought of it that blind people can actually play games. It never came up to my mind that people who are blind can play a game, but they can. And he showed me a little bit of how that could be done um, by basically using positional audio, by voicing, letting the character voice what she sees and what she does, um, using little sound indications when there's something interesting nearby or when you can pick something up or all that kind of stuff. But he also explained to me it's not just for people uh, who are blind, but also think of the people who are deaf. Use subtitles so they can at least read whatever is being said or what is important. But also, there's people enough who want to play your game, but they cannot press so many buttons. So if you have a very complicated control scheme, make it so that they can use an option to make it easier. And that, for example, you don't need 5 buttons to be able to do a dash after a jump, right? But just the same button. It's when you think about it, it makes it so easy. But a lot of people don't do it. And he basically told me also that if I would make my game playable by him, he would make sure that everybody he knows in the community of the blind, of the people who are deaf or uh, cannot see very well, but they can see something, that they know about this game. And it's not just because I want that accessibility for everyone and I want them to just all play my game so I make loads of money. I mean, that doesn't hurt. Let's be honest. But it's basically the reasoning behind it is like, I was like, I want everybody to be able to play it. Not, not for whatever reason they get this. I have a message to tell in this game, and the more people that can play that, the better it is for me. That is what I want. Um, it is really east to not do it. East, best, or what do you mean to say? It's really east to not do it. I don't think you meant to say east, Captain Coder. Anyway, where was I? I was creating windows here. I'm talking so much. I hope you guys don't mind me being so chatty today. I'm just glad that my audio problems are not there now. think that's also important. Those audio problems were killing my last stream, even though it was still pretty much viewed, which is also saying a lot about you guys having a lot of patience. So thank you for that and always bearing with me. It's really easy to not do it. Yeah, yeah, it's very easy to not do it. It's easy to forget that there's people who want to play your game that do not have the same possibilities that you do. And that's understandable. I mean, like I said, I didn't realize for a long time that people would be able to play it. So yeah, when 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 he told me that and he offered to have an interview with me about it, I jumped. I jumped at the chance. I was like, yes, immediately. Um, I will skip some hour in my work day and I'll just have an interview with you. Fine. Yeah, sure. I really want that. And yeah, it's a noise gate to help with the breathing. Oh yeah, yeah. That's probably when I'm excited. I'm I'm breathing out a little too loud. Sorry. Yeah, that's why I also really need a better microphone. One of the first investments I will do when I have some money coming out of this is get a microphone that I can put on a stand or something, so it's on a good place. So it's not in the way. It's um, you will not have me breathing, and you can still hear me because it's already better, but it's not perfect yet, and things will have to improve in the long term. It doesn't have to be immediately. I'm fine with that, but it still has to happen eventually. Other side. There we go. See, I told you guys before that this building is not symmetrical on the drawing. You see what I mean? These windows are higher. Yes, I'm saving my streams on YouTube. Yeah, just put ASMR in the title. Yeah, you wouldn't be surprised, but it's been said. But yeah, and like I was trying to tell you guys before, but I got distracted and sidetracked. But I was asked before maybe to even read books in this stream, and I would love to. There's a part of me that's always wanted to do audiobooks, to speak in audiobooks. I've been told I have a good voice for it, um, and yeah, I guess I started to believe that when I was reading books to my daughter for her nighttime, and she basically fell asleep with my voice. So I guess I guess that was my indication that my voice is very calming. Uh, and yeah, when people told me you should maybe read in audiobooks, that world is super small. Um, and what I found out also is that a lot of companies who do that, who release audiobooks, they don't want you to just do that for them unless you first pay. So you first have to do a course at their whatever company, um, to speak in audiobooks and or voice acting. Um, yeah, it's fine, Captain Coder. It's fine if you leave me with a lurk. Thank you very much for joining me. You were there for a very long time anyway, so thank you very much, and have fun with your class. Enjoy those students. I know they enjoy you. I'm sure of it. So have a good one and enjoy your day, and hope to see you on the next one, man. Thank you. This guy is really a legend, really. Captain Coder is awesome. And if you don't already follow him, I really suggest to follow him, especially if you also like coding. Um, I know a lot of you guys do. Coding is, of course, essential for making a game, but this guy on his stream, he's a teacher for kids to program, but he also in his streams makes, for example, an entire game in a few streams in a row. I think that's amazing. He makes now, I think, what was it, Battleship or Battle something, something like a Battleship game, right? With multiplayer and networking capabilities and everything. And He doesn't pretend like he's the best coder in the world, but he knows a lot about coding, and he does it just out of his just shakes it out of his sleeves, right? Like on stream. And for me, that is something amazing because yeah, everybody has their opinion. Everybody and their mother has their opinion, and they always think that they know better. And it takes somebody special to not get stressed about people having a different opinion than you. Um, I'm still a little bit self-aware. I think if it will come to coding, if people will like my coding style or not. I don't believe that I'm the gift to the to the world of coding, but yeah, it's for me. What is important is that people have a fun time, and I don't pretend to be the best in the world. I will never be the best in the world. It doesn't have to be. There's always somebody better. Um, but I'm the one who's best at making what I want to make. So that's the most important part to take home with it. And I guess for all of you also that goes. If you're building something, nobody can make that better than you can because you have your vision and nobody else has that one. So try to take that into your consideration. Nobody does better what you do than you. So with that said, we have the top windows in. We don't have those windows below it in yet. We don't have arches in yet, but I promised Letterborn that I would go for the tower instead. Yeah, if the game works, it works. That's exactly it. If the game works, it works. Nobody has to do it in a different way. You do it in your way. You do it how you want it to do. That nobody can tell you that you're doing it wrong. If your game in the end runs, people want to buy it. You did a good job. If your code is looking like shit, who cares? It's your code. It's not theirs. They have nothing to say about your code in the end. And yeah, I mean, I'm a programmer in essence. I haven't touched code much lately because I don't have to at work. But no matter how I code it, I will always be unhappy about it the next day. I'm self-critical. I'm very self-critical, and I never think it's good enough. So if I look at my code the day after, I think, what a shitty code I wrote. But it works, and that was what it was important in the first place. It's working the way it's intended. It's doing what it should be doing. Well, for me, that's the most important thing. And yes, of course, I would love to be the perfect, solid programmer that you might have to be to do a lot of game coding. And probably when I start building more of this game, I will need to figure out almost everything. But nobody that plays my game will see my spaghetti go code. And that's a win-win. I mean, it's also not bad. I mean, I would love to go on stream with my coding, and if I do it in a dumb way, I'd love people to tell me. That's the way to learn, right? If if I'm just doing what I know and I'm not learning from it, then why do it at all? I love learning. One of my biggest flaws is that I buy every course that I can find sometimes, and I don't even finish all of them, but I do a lot of courses, and one of them is Thomas Brush's course. Thomas Brush's course is insanely high value. If you don't have that course, I would say it's highly recommended, but you need to have the money for it. Just a second. You need to have the money for it. His course will tell you everything from how to make your Steam profile, how to do the 2D graphics, how to set up a player controller, but everything basically. He will teach you how to make a full 2D game and how to release it on Steam and make a lot of money from it. He will teach you how to do your marketing and whatever, whatnot. Most of the time, there's some discount on his course that you can buy it with a 50 or 40% discount, but still, it's $500, 450, $500, something like that. I made that choice once. It wasn't a smart choice, um, but I made it, and I paid it not just in money, but I paid the price for that for a long time. But I don't feel bad about it because I think it's a really good course. And there's some more. Most of them I buy on Udemy. They cost you like €9.99. Half of the time there's discounts. But from that I started to follow a few people who make games, and everybody has something to tell that is interesting. And some people do that for free. Some people do not, or they do something for free, but the rest of it is behind the paid wall. Like you have to buy a course. Um, I would love to be able to pay Jason Wyman's course, for example. He's a very good software architect, and you can tell that if you see things that he writes, it's perfectly written, like solid code. Um, he's worked for AAA companies. He knows what he's talking about. Really, he knows it. But that course is $1,000. I don't have it. I will not have it for a long time, and I will not buy it. I can't. So I just have to do with his free videos, and I do for as far as I can. But the thing that I like about streaming, the thing that I love the most about streaming, is that I have to do something. I cannot just go and put my entire stream watching my videos. Um, yeah, exactly, Halfmoon. For me, it's mind-boggling how for example, GameDev.tv. I think most people know that. They have almost all of their courses, like making an RPG game, 3D RPG game, like four courses. You can buy that most of the time for $9.99 per course, and those four courses combined will make everything for you, from inventory system to how to make the world, etc., etc., etc. For €40. Go figure. How can they make it for that money? I guess because, of course, several people will buy it, so the investment will make itself come back eventually. But still, there's so much available, um, and yeah, I could be stuck in course hell for a long time. I could buy every single course. I could watch every single course. If I watch all the courses that I have from beginning to end, I will not be making a game for the next 3 years. Really, I won't. That's too much, and I kind of am addicted to learning. I guess that's what I want to get out of this. Um, I really love learning. I think learning is very important. It's a skill that most people should have. Um, a lot of people have it, and a lot of people don't. Um, and there's nothing wrong with if you don't have it, but um, I think it makes a lot of difference if you do. If you have the will to learn, there's almost nothing you can't do. So that is, I guess, my takeaway from courses and learning and stuff like that. Background buildings. I'm doing a lot more talking than I'm doing pixel art today, am I not? You have the same letterboard, you also have so many courses that you would want to follow that you would have 3 years of courses before you actually do something. So that's why some courses I start, and then I take away, I guess, what I need from it, and then I start to try and implement it. Um, I don't have many courses that I follow to the end. There's one from Game Dev TV that I did, and that's the programming principles. Yeah, addicted to learning. I think that's a very good quality for people to have, to be addicted to learning. You want to become better at whatever you're doing. I, I think um, that's an important skill. It's an important thing to have. Now I'm going to have to do what I told Letterborn I would do, and that's create the background towers. So, yeah, I'm going to have to play around with those a little bit. I think I'm going to have to make it like more vague or grayish or something so that it shows that it's more in the background. But yeah, that's what I mean with the learning hell, like the course hell, Half Moon, because um, learning is good, but knowing when to stop learning and start doing is also important. Uh, yeah. If I could, I would learn how to do kickboxing better. I've done that last year. I started to do kickboxing, but then my health got in the way, so I had to stop that. Um, but if I would have the time in the world, I would not have to do a daytime job or whatever. I'd probably learn everything there is to learn and still do whatever I do now. So, for example, now I'm doing my daytime job, and at the end, sometimes if I have the time, which is hard with kids and a wife, I take my time and I start streaming. I would probably do the same, but I didn't have to do the daytime job. So during the daytime job hours, I could study something and then divide the rest of the time into actually putting it to use. I'd love to, but I cannot finance that. So I can't do that. So yeah. So these walls are going to be interesting, Letterborn. So thank you for that. This is going to take a lot of my skill to do this. Max, you don't have any skill at all. What are you talking about? You're just winging this. You're just trying out and you're just drawing over the lines that are already there. Minus the self-defense. I have a problem learning all kind of stuff until I don't have the time to do it at all. Yeah, I mean, I think it's also normal. People want to become better at things, so they are trying to learn. Um, yeah, that's fine, Letterborn. If you're tired, and you should go. It's fine. I don't expect anyone to stay when they're not feeling good anymore, or too tired, or cannot concentrate. It's fine. It's fine. You're here for fun. You're here for enjoyment, and um, you're already being awesome by being here. Uh, Even if you're here for 2 minutes. So don't feel bad. I don't. I love you all, and anyone who's here or was here, you're all troopers and champions. Just know that. If you think about painting something, you're also only creating lines and redrawing them until it looks good. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess. Um, and this will become fun, by the way. This will go out of this and make it maybe a little bit more three-dimensional. Maybe something that our big friend Adam C. Eunice was talking about to create it more depth. And I'm gonna wonder here how I need to do this with the background. I don't know the colors yet, because basically um, I'm not the world's leading architect, but I would say that anything that is behind this building should have a less clear color, should be darker or um, not lit as well. I don't know. I guess it should have more shadow, um, but I'm not entirely sure yet how to do this. And if I look at the picture, I also see a lot more shadow at some parts, so I'm gonna have to play with that also. With a photo that I see these towers not even fully there. Hmm. Maybe this is a very old picture. Let me check. If I look at this one, yeah, this one you cannot see, and actually it's the station. Somebody says that the station of Amsterdam is the Rijksmuseum. It isn't. I can tell you that from experience. I know the place. The thing that you find on the internet when they say that is some things are the Rijksmuseum, they're definitely not the Rijksmuseum. But yeah, here I see some pictures where I see some towers also that are on the background. But this is again the wrong side of the building, so I need to have the other side. It's hard to find good photos of the Rijksmuseum. It's amazing how little there are. And It's amazing how many people are mistaking Amsterdam Central Station for the Rijksmuseum in pictures. That is even more surprising to me. I know both of those buildings, and if you don't know them, look up and I will tell you what they look like. The Amsterdam Rijksmuseum. I will check it, put it in the chat. And um, Amsterdam. So first this one, and Amsterdam Centraal Station. Look up those two, and then you will see that those buildings, yes, both of them have a very rich history, but they're damn sure not the same. Definitely not. There's absolutely a big difference in those. But if I look just for Rijksmuseum, there's plenty of photos of the central station. It's surprising to me that people don't know their own cities, or or they just put something in that's just wrong. It's definitely not true. Mind-boggling. Anyway, oh, this is a pretty good picture. Let me check this one. And that actually is the Rijksmuseum. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So, just for your information, these they have a window in them also. It's tiny miny, but it has a window, and in the picture that I'm looking at, it's actually reflecting light, so that could become an interesting part of the building. I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually be able to incorporate that, but let's see. First, let's try and put those damn towers in. I promised, so I should. And again, I'm gonna say it again, but I saw Adam C. Eunice do this, and I felt really like a dwarf in the pixel art because he does this in 5 seconds. But on my defense, I use these bad boys, so just a mouse, and he has a drawing tablet. But yeah, hey, it's a small difference, but for me, it makes the world of difference if I could have a tablet that I can actually see what I'm drawing on, and then I draw it. I think I draw 10 times faster because with a mouse it's really hard to do those lines. And yeah, of course, they need to be more organic than what I have because I, of course, have everything straight. Should in the end become everything straight, but an organic building will never be completely straight. Nobody will ever see a fully straight building. But what I still don't know is how to do that with the colors. But I will figure it out, I guess. I will start first with this line work and then fill it up later. But I guess I will use a darker line for that. I guess this can be. So let's go. Oh, I'm wondering why I don't see it. Because the building basics are on top? No. What is that? Why is that black and the other one is not? Has an opacity of 0? No, it doesn't. But it's not showing anything. That I do not understand. Hmm. If I turn this off, it's linked. What is this? Why is this black? Does anyone have any idea? Anyone here who knows pixel art, A sprite, and knows why this would not work? Because for some strange reason, this is also different than the rest. All the well, okay, the details here is also black. Maybe because it has nothing on it yet. I don't know. Okay, it's looking like it wants to draw something, but I don't see it. I guess I know. I already know. I had something selected, most likely. Let me check. I will see it very fast if I try now. See? God, I'm stupid sometimes. Sorry about that, guys. That was very unprofessional. Told you guys I'm not the greatest pixel artist. At least nobody can blame me for not saying it. I guess everybody's lurking now, right? It's very quiet in the stream now. Hey, ITC Studios, I see you're here also. I haven't seen you chat, I think, but I see your name in the list of users, so I won't blame you if even if you don't do it. If I don't do what? Those towers, you mean? Because I don't think I want to be without those towers. They need to be in there. And now I'm on purpose creating crooked lines to make it a bit more organic, just like was suggested to me. Let's see what it does there. That reference layer is very nice to have, but sometimes a little distracting. Because I don't want the colors to be exactly like there, so sometimes it's in the way. I guess I will just, in this stream, not get much further than creating the outline for this tower. Also have work to do again tomorrow, so sometimes that's might sound sad like you have to do, but it pays the bills, so cannot complain. Have to power through it sometimes, right? You just cannot always be doing what you want to do. As much as it sounds perfectly nice to do that, it's not gonna pay the bills in the end, right? So, and family comes first. All have to eat at the end of the day. Well, and in the beginning of the day, because might not be Captain Coder, but I will tell you, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Don't skip your breakfast. And I mean that, guys. Don't skip the breakfast. There, I went to say it again. I said again, guys. Which doesn't mean I exclude anyone else. You're all welcome here. It's just stuck in my vocabulary, and I do not do it on purpose. I think I will see pixels for the rest of the evening after I quit. That's always the disadvantage of doing this with zoomed in view. You will see the pixels until forever. Yeah, I'm definitely having a little bit more issues with my throat again. I really hope I'm not getting sick because I cannot use that. Who could ever use being sick though? It makes no sense actually to say stuff like that. I don't think there's anybody who wants to get sick unless they don't want to work or whatever, and then just use that as an excuse. No, there's very little people that at least I know that would like to get sick. Sorry. I don't know. I sometimes don't eat lunch. Lunch is not as important as breakfast. Most of the time, I don't have the time. That is bullshit, though. Half moon, that's not true. You always have time to eat your lunch or your breakfast. You just make the time. There's nothing as important as taking care of yourself. Just believe me. Your own health is more important than whatever anyone asks of you. It can wait 15 minutes or half an hour if you need half an hour for your lunch. There's absolutely no reason to say that you don't have the time. You should always incorporate it in. For one, I block my lunchtime in my agenda. There's nobody who can touch that time. That's the only time that is very, very holy to me. I mean, I'm a Burgundic guy. I'm not a wizard. I like to sleep more than to eat. Well, sleep is also very important, and that's something I'm not so good at. So we both have our faults, as it were. Uh, I mean, last night I slept 4 hours and 45 minutes, so that's way too little. And I should really be very upset with myself about that, but yeah, I just woke up and I couldn't sleep anymore. And that's what it is. You don't have to feel sorry. I'm not upset with you. I'm just trying to make sure that you take care of yourself. Because I like you here, man. I want to have you here longer. And not just because you call me Gandalf. I'm your own Gandalf, so you're my own half moon. So I actually still don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Is that half moony or half moon or because could be anything. And not everybody has to be a wizard. Would be a very boring place if everybody was wizard. Unless you want to be a wizard. You want to be a wizard? It's a lot of responsibilities. You can never be late or early. You're always exactly on time, so that's quite a responsibility. Half moon. I'm pronouncing it right. Ah, nice. Thank you. That's what I was doubting for a long time. I had no clue if that would be correct or not. This tower is gonna bug me a little bit because of course I moved this building a little bit over, so I'm gonna have to connect it somehow. So that means I'm gonna have to draw it bigger than it now is, or maybe go like down here, because it seems like it would more or less go till like here, and then make a curve and go down. So it would be must be on the edge of here that it goes. I don't know. Those are the things I find tough. Yeah, it's okay, Letterboard. Thank you for being here. I'm really happy you joined me today, and especially on Wednesday, because I know how busy you are on Wednesdays, and fortunately you were not too busy this time. Enjoy it, and I hope to catch you on either your next stream or on mine. Thank you so much, Letterboard. Hope to see you soon. I actually should also not be continuing too long anymore anyway, because if I do, then I will regret it tomorrow. Because I also should listen to my own advice and make sure that I stop in time and think about my own health. Now, this might look wrong, but it actually isn't because it's behind the other layer, so it should get blocked out immediately after that. And it should go, I would say, down around here. And we should see that more or less until here. Because after that, it's also behind it again. So for the basic structure of that tower, that's what we would get, right? And if I want to fill that in, that is an annoying part. I'm going to have to draw either a line to close this off so I can just drop it because it's in the background, so I should be having no issues to fill it in. It will not block anything that I see here. And when the opacity of this building basics is back, it will just block it out of view anyway. Um, I also think because of the lighting, I'm going to have to make in this building basics part, I'm going to have to make a shadow here that comes from this building on this roof. Same here, most likely, and probably here too. You need to sleep and eat and a hug. Hugs are always good. I'm a hogaholic, so I can hug all day long. I really love it. I used to even have a T-shirt with free hugs on it. I made it myself. That's how much of a nerd I am. It was funny the most intense hug I got from that was one guy who saw me walking on the other side of the street, crossed the street to come meet me, and said, "You have no idea how much I needed that right now. Thank you for doing this." And I was like, "Okay, that's what I was doing this for. So I just made somebody's day. That's what I want. I hope to do that also with these kind of streams. I want to make somebody's day better. I just hope somebody feels nice after watching me and gets something out of it. And it can be anything, really. I mean, it can be a positive feeling. It can be just an idea that you're enough. You know, everybody's enough. Just sometimes people are very uncomfortable about themselves or very aware of their shortcomings. And well, I always think that people who say that they have a lot of shortcomings, they don't really have shortcomings. It's just your inability to see how awesome you are. Because basically, just figure it out. You were the one who win the race against a lot of seeds when you were there. Nobody else was faster than you. You won. So you're already a winner. Starts from that. And then you're the best at being you. There's nobody who can be better than you. So just keep that in mind if you ever have self doubt. I have that too a lot of times, but nobody is better at being you than you. I think that's something people should remind themselves of every now and then. There's nobody better at being you. Absolutely nobody. Okay, this line I'm going to draw down all the way. Yes, now I see it, and it looks weird, but I'm doing it on the correct layer so it will, in the end, not be visible when I go with the opacity up. This is always annoying me in a way that I cannot even describe. It should not have to be that whenever I scroll, I lose all the focus. I cannot see anything. But this is basically the outline of my tower, all the way down. And doesn't have to be a straight line, I will not see it anyway. It's just for me to basically have an idea where it goes. I will draw that line back up too, all the way until there. So basically if I now would be putting opacity up here to 255, boom, it's gone. You don't see it anymore. That's what I need. And that's the basic outline of that building part of the tower. I will not do the tower itself right now. I think I've been streaming for about 2 hours now. I think this should be more or less it. And I will have a quick look where I can take all of you guys.
You kind of will see in the cracks. Yeah. Also, hi, some of our first time chat.
That's not what I want. Um, Let me put you guys in with Red Cabin Games. Yep. If I can remember how to type that is, because I typed that wrong 10 times. Okay, let's go. So thank you everybody for being here in my stream today. This is where it's going to end. See you on the next stream, and have fun with Red Cabin Games. I hope you guys like him. I think he's a really nice streamer also, so enjoy it.